And for those of you who have been paying attention with all your listening, I think it should be clear that when they talk about worms, they're talking about the kind of people that you saw getting shot and trying to escape previously. Right.
So, okay.
Right. So you are picking, the listeners are starting to put together the vocabulary based on the way that the people are talking.
If we continue this way, like being really good listeners, we could probably stand somewhere really still, not moving our shoes and just listen us.
Well, yes, although we do get to the
but
point
we need
where
to get to work.
Right. Yeah, and we are getting to the point where we are like Daredevil, right? He starts to meditate, and then he can hear the crime boss talking 3 blocks away. We are not good. No. There comes a point of limiting returns, right, for the listening. I don't care how well
if I'm the boss, which I am right now, right? Nobody took it.
I just want to say we're not Daredevil. We are better than Daredevil.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Go on.
You're saying that in my brain, yes?
No, in your brain, I'm spitting out a little bit of this information that I got with the cyborg.
I'm sharing everything that I heard.
Excellent. Okay.
Good. Ron, a question. What I see when I look in the back, do they see it?
Yes, they do.
Or do I okay.
The crickets can sense everything. It's a little bit less direct for them, as I have described before. If something hurts you, you feel it fully. They feel it a little bit. But if they pay attention, they can sense everything you are sensing. That's why they can use their mental abilities that affect the world anyway, interact with the world. Nathan, do you have any comments or contributions at this point?
My listening role was really bad, so not really. Maybe say to Claire that she looks like she's someone important that can have access to informations. So without speaking to us much, might be a good idea to go to work.
Right. Yes, I'm trying to find that place. I'm doing a search roll.
Okay. So in order
I want to help.
Yes. Excellent plan.
I want to help.
Okay. So what you are trying to do is to orient yourself. I'm picking up the wrong thing.
I'm trying to find anything that shows the sign she had on a company card, or
I think
it's a sign that shows the name of the place. Anything that can help me aside from the general direction she was walking in.
Right, and I think that this is more a matter of knowledge.
Track.
Well, no, this is more a matter of knowledge of cultures or anything like that. There are several different knowledge roles that could be useful here.
So knowledge roles instead.
Well, yes, look for things. I'm looking at bureaucracy, business, cultures, possibly direction, and
probably not
let's
survival.
See, not
I
survival.
have a little bit of cultures.
Right, and those I think are pretty much the main things, because we are talking about understanding how directions work here. Which is you are not tracking a bear through the forest or something like that.
I did not say I track a bear through the forest. I'm looking for a sign or something like it. And you know what? I wasn't great at school.
Okay.
There's not much knowledge.
Would anybody like to trade out with Claire as just as a hypothetical concept from nowhere?
Yeah, as long as when we come to something, I mean, where we use the alertness and tracking, and I'm really good with that. But I'm basically the same as Claire there. I don't have that much knowledge.
I think Albert is best at knowledge.
The one thing you get from Claire is that she starts muttering and really feeling uncomfortable.
Okay.
Just to keep it in the role playing. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So do you want to trade out with anybody or suggest it?
Well, the smart people when you need them.
That's right.
I'm good at cultures, so I can probably get something out of the direction if you help me.
Perfect.
I have like 5 roles.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Then
I
are
take
we
this.
switching boss? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Officially done. And so,
I'm in charge.
so Albert, this is the
Again.
first time that you have been embodied on Xenos, and you
Yeah.
you find yourself fully with all sensations in the body of this woman, feeling the cybernetic implants, but also just accustoming yourself, to slightly unfamiliar anatomy and saying, "Okay, whoa, here I am," and then it's time for your skills. Yes, Margaret.
If we should help, we can only use culture.
No,
Right.
There are lots of skills that the crickets can use. I think that when it comes to helping, it's nice to think that you can help from different angles. So at this point, search and alertness might actually be pretty good, right? Or etiquette or anything like that. There's lots of things you can use. So
Because I had search I have pretty high on, so I thought I could help with that, help searching. But because my culture only gives me 6 dice and my search gives me 8.
ooh,
I
well,
thought
you
I
can
could
do
help
with search.
with-
You are going to
I have
attempt
10,
Ooh,
and I did get
And
12.
I have,
oh,
I have
Do you have 10
9.
dice in search?
Yeah.
So if you
But-
help with the search, I
Right.
can try with the culture, because I think you have
Yeah.
6 in culture.
yeah. Go ahead. Roll. The 6 dice is not so bad in this game. Remember,
I'm
all
going
you
to
need
try
is
some
passable or
etiquette
better.
again.
Yeah.
And one thing, I'm gonna just do one thing to Nathan, in character.
Yeah.
What was I thinking about? Because I was thinking about, how do you feel, honey? Because you look much. How do you feel? Because you look much more appealing to me now than
Right.
before.
Exactly. So
We broke it.
I think Albert is collecting a lot of data that he has never had access before in any possible way. So,
Yeah.
so what is happening
Going.
now?
I'm also helping with in that case, like. I mean, if I can also help with search, that's one of my best skills. Also.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I'll try with culture. You'll try with search. But you too. All right.
So let's
Then we
get the
have-
results
I'll
for all
try
the helpers.
etiquette.
Right. Let's.
Mhm.
We have passable or better from Nadia. We have. What did we get from everyone else? That's the only one I know.
Oh my god!
Was it? What were we supposed to take away now again?
No,
Fuck,
nothing.
we're
Just
over.
3, 4,
take
5.
4, 5, 6. Yeah.
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6. Bort.
Får vi 5, 6 försvinner.
Yeah.
Take those away.
Right.
I've got an
4, 5, 6.
inferior result on etiquette.
Right. So just hold on.
Doesn't
Just
work
right.
here.
Oh well. Okay.
Yeah. I get. Yeah. Do you want to? I get. I get great.
Good.
For search.
Okay. So that's 2 columns. Max, did you get passable or better?
I got poor.
Oh no. Okay. So Nathan, you have +2 on your result.
That makes it passable.
Passable. You barely, with the help, you
Alright.
barely managed to figure it out. Because this is kind of interesting. It's not. For one thing, it's based on a culture which doesn't really exist anymore in your modern world. And not only that, it's very much in the logic of a downtown city street in 1940s America, which has you're not familiar with that. So only with a little bit, only with the alertness and the, you are walking down the street and Nansun says, "Hey, look over there. It's that door. No, that door." And so you're able to get this kind of information from Margaret and from Nansun. The other 2 are trying, but you don't. If you think back, they don't really give you too much help, but they tried. So, you do, however, come to an administrative building. Which has the same symbol on it that Claire saw. So Claire, will see the symbol above the door, and it matches the symbol that you psychotronically perceive from your card. So that's a big help right there. So I think you had shared that image, or I hope you had shared that image, or everybody had seen it. So the crickets are quick. The search crickets are quick to say, "Hey, there it is!" Right. So the doors themselves, it's quite interesting. There are no electronic pads to step on. There are no automatic doors at all. Nothing of the kind. It's all very low tech. And you will go inside, and there is going to be a kind of strange looking, alien looking being who is sitting next to the door on the inside, and is kind of a squishy looking being with some kind of strange tentacles coming out of its side of its head and where its arms should be. And it looks at you, and then just makes a very human-like gesture, nodding, like, yes, it's okay, go in. So apparently some kind of check on who you are, but that's all. So the inside, there are no elevators, and there are it's I would have to say it has that kind of crappy Stalinistic look, crappy Stalin building look on the inside, that we might associate with government buildings worldwide in the 1930s and 40s. Somebody poured a lot of concrete to make this thing. Yeah. So the offices themselves, as you orient yourself pretty well, I think you are on the second floor, and they are a series of rooms. They have separate doors, but some of them have interconnecting doors closer to the outside of the building. And they have the kind of windows that I associate in these buildings are not great big windows that go from floor to ceiling or are at an angle, that show you this huge vista. No, there is just a long row of windows that are set a little bit high, and the light comes in, horizontally, and you can't really look out of the windows unless you actually were to go up there and look, right? So it's kind of a less attractive interior because of that. And inside, you think of an industrial office as being kind of cluttered with lots of desks and lots of bookshelves and lots of maybe potted plants and things like that, in maybe a water cooler or something. There's nothing like that. It is a very, very boring functional space, with places to sit and work. There are carts. People push carts full of papers. It seems to be a paper culture, in a lot of ways. So one of the things you do is you put paper into binders and close the binders, and then those binders go into storage. So it's pretty easy to figure out where you belong. A woman who is obviously in some authority. She's a woman whose hair is much more elaborate and built up into a kind of a big hairdo. She's older than you. This is Lida. And she says, good morning, and seems rather pleased to see you, actually, and gestures to this desk where you are supposed to be. There is still a card on the desk that says, welcome, Machal. It's left over from maybe the previous week or something like that. It's not very old. So you may get the idea that you have only begun to work here.